What is up, everybody? Circon is here with day 15 of the Advent calendar. What do we have today? It is the T-44 100, the Soviet Tier 8 medium. Obviously, we had a mission going on, I think on all servers. I could be mistaken there, but at least EU had like 6 to 8 weeks time or something like that to grind every nation to a certain degree and get kills and like XP. And then you got a token. If you had all tokens, you got the tank. So it's sorta for free, but you had to play a lot of games. Now, obviously, for me as a streamer, I already play a lot of games, so it felt like it was free for me because I could just play whatever and just get the tank basically. So it is interesting that it's for sale for those people who missed that event or are new and stuff like that. So it's kind of fine to sell, I guess. I think it's a bit close to the event still, but you know, who really cares? It's a tier 8 medium. So it's obviously for sale in a bundle. If you click on this one, you can get it separately as well. The bonus here for EU, as always, is like the missions. On NA, it seems like a running theme. As a bonus, you get things you can buy for credits, which is retarded. Like, that's not a bonus. Credits, this is... No, it's... Anything for credits, you can just grind yourself with, you know what? A premium tank. Ta-da! So, no, don't ever buy it, but it's sold separately as well. And Asia has learned that credits are useless, and they always give you bonus gold alongside the missions as well. So Asia seems to have decent-ish bundles. I mean, it's $70 still. Like, you could buy, like, Battlefield Deluxe Edition or some shit for the same price. But hey, who am I to say what you should buy or not? Well, I guess you're here for that, for my opinion. So is the tank worth it? Yes and no. Statistically, it's basically a T-44. It has the side skirts, as you probably saw here, that actually work as side skirts. That can be kind of handy for side scraping against, you know, tier 7s and maybe some tier 8s. I don't have a lot of pen, stuff like that. They will help a little bit against HE. And yeah, the model itself is basically I think this is kind of like a stock turret of the T-44, so the turret is worse than the T-44. But I mean, it's not super noticeable. And comparing it to the T-44, it's the same in the DPM. It's actually better in gun handling, which is hilarious by you know, 1 point or 0.1. Which is kind of, well, if it's a noticeable. I haven't really played T-44 that much, but the T-44 100 is fairly nice. It kind of feels like the higher tier mediums in terms of snapshotting capability, stuff like that. It has 7 degrees gun depression compared to the prototype's 6. Obviously, the tier 6 or the first prototype has a lot worse gun handling because it gets a lot more armor. It actually has more DPM though, but barely. Forward speed. Now you will see that like the power to weight is a lot worse than on the T-44. So you would think it would be fairly fucking slow to reach the top speed of 52. However, they basically gave it UFO levels of maneuverability by having really, really good terrain resistances. Now this means that the tank will still behave as if it has really good power to weight, basically. And the maneuverability, in my experience, is actually better than a T-44, which is kind of interesting because it's basically the same tank, but with side skirts. So it's actually a more maneuverable T-44 for all intents and purposes, and also the tank the first got buffed over the T-44 by quite a significant margin, like 7 degrees a second more is quite significant. And obviously the armor is going to be the same, the turret armor is also the same. I kind of feel T-44 turret is a bit better though, but it's not going to save you too much anyway. And also, interestingly enough, the engine health seems to be really good on the T-44. So you will probably get, you know, yellow engines in the T-44 100s quite a bit. The fuel range is all the same, and this stuff doesn't really matter. So if you like the T-44 with the 100mm gun, you will also like the T-44 100. Basically, carbon copy. It does make a pretty decent amount of credits because the shells are relatively cheap. It has obviously the base pen of 183, like most 100 mils at the tier now, because they all got buffed from 175. So yeah, it's fairly decent. Is it worth the purchase? I still think you would be better off buying a Rudy for for at least crew XP wise. You would probably be better off buying a Rudy if you want to really make credits. This is probably your better bet. Now, would you buy this over a T54 first prototype? Now, that I'm not too certain of, because I think most people would do better in a T54 first prototype. Simply because it's a way more forgiving tank. Obviously, you have the T54 hull, which is very important. Yes, you still have, you know, the turret's not the greatest, but the hull makes a significant difference where you can, like, fight in the cities and stuff like that. So, if we take a look here, if the premiums are in here, which they are not, thank the Lord. Let's take a look by stat then. So, tier 8. A medium. There we go. It's the... Where is this thing? I probably scrolled over it. Nice meme. There it is. So this thing has the whole thing going on where the front of the tank is really well armored for medium, like ridiculously well. You will bounce a lot of shots with this, and lower plate is also, you know, relatively good considering. That upper plate is where it's really at though. And this allows you to like brawl in cities and stuff like that. It's also significantly slower, and the gun handling is poorer, but I think most people would be better off in a first prototype, because you know, the slow speed means you won't get into trouble too quickly, like, you know, the Hellcat syndrome kind of thing. And the armor being more forgiving is a lot more noob friendly. But if you're in for a challenge, the T4100 is definitely a better choice, since it's faster, more maneuverable, you can do more stuff with it. You know, you can do a little bit of scouting with 380 view range. It's decent. It's not super good, but with the premium, you can have a pretty good crew in it. Like a tier 10 crew or whatever. So, yeah, it's decent. Yeah, it's decent. Let me just to make sure, let me just check the price for the regular tank. See how much it is. So standard, it's 44. Alright, so it's absolutely not worth it. Absolutely not. I should have checked the price first. No, this is not worth it. This is not worth 45 euros. Buy Rudy, for God's sake. You can buy 2 good regulatory premiums for this. Like 50% off of the regulatory 8 mediums. Yeah, there might not be like Russian unless you buy this thing. It's 32, and then with 15% off, it's going to be below 30. But you know, you can buy that thing and like an M4 reverse at 15% off later, probably. Which got buffed and is pretty damn cool now. Minus 10 degrees gun depression and way better gun handling. So yeah, I should have checked the price first, but I didn't think Wargaming would be this fucking pancake mode. Absolutely not worth it. Don't buy it. Fuck off. Buy a Rudy. Buy a prototype. Buy a prototype and buy a prototype for your friend. That's about the same money. Well, not really, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, this is event calendar day 15. See you guys tomorrow for day 16. Keep an eye out on my YouTube channel, by the way, because I'm uploading a lot of Swedish tank replays probably today from like tier 2 and up. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Check out more videos. I'll put the Swedish playlist in this little end plate as well. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.